Good morning, students. This is the third part of our Isoquant Isocost series where we are trying to determine the least cost combination of inputs for producing the most efficient output. So here now we'll combine the concepts of Isoquant and Isocost which you have learned already. Now if you can see on the right side, we have a small diagram depicting this relationship. Okay, so let me try to explain. We have a Isocost curve, let's say for 10,000 rupees, which shows within the budget of 10,000 all the different combinations of labor and capital I can hire. Now given this different combinations, what is the most efficient level of output I can produce as a producer? So when is a producer in equilibrium? First thing, a producer is in equilibrium when he has the optimal input combination which can produce the desired output at the least possible cost. So we want a combination which will enable us to spend the least amount for producing a certain level of output, or we can say, given my budget, what is the highest output I can generate. Alright, so this combination will exist at a point where the isoquant is tangential to the producer's isocost line. That means where the isoquant curve is just touching the isocost line. So we want to find an isoquant which is just touching or is tangential to the isocost line. That point will be our producer's equilibrium. Why? Let's take a look. So in this example, we have a budget of 10,000 based on which the isocost the curve is drawn. Now, given the IQ3 level of output, which is the maximum level of output which can be produced, we can generate all the possible combination of inputs which can generate this level of output. Now, this is outside our budget. We cannot afford to buy any input combination on this isoquant. So, IQ3 is out of our reach. What about IQ1? Yes, IQ1 with output of 100 units, we can produce. It is within our budget. But the problem is, all these particular input combinations are inefficient. Why? Because we are not using our complete budget. We are leaving a big part of our budget unused. So any combination on this particular level of production, any input combination is within the budget. It's not on the budget. So there is some budget left which we are not spending or using. So what is the best way to use my inputs or my budget? Is to find the isoquant curve which is just tangential, which is just touching the isocost curve. So let's see this IQ2, which is 200 units of output, is just touching at point P the isocost curve, where I'm using OG units of labor and OR units of capital. Now you can see this is the maximum output which can be generated given my budget. Anything less than that, any lower isoquant will be within the budget. Any higher isoquant is outside my budget. I cannot afford it. But this point P is not only within my budget, it is the highest level of output which can be generated. So another way is to say, for producing IQ2 level of output, the least amount of cost which I have to spend is 10,000 rupees, because any less expenditure will be not allowing me to buy this particular combination of inputs, and I will not be able to generate 200 units. A higher ISO cost, then I will be not using the money efficiently because it will be beyond the IQ2 curve. So, given my budget, this is the best possible output which can be generated. So now, this isocost and isoquant line can be used to obtain the maximum output from a given set of inputs. Also, combination of inputs to produce a given level of output.